For Sam Low, managed isolation at Wellington's Grand Mercure Hotel has meant flexing his creative skills, using the food that is delivered to his door 3 times a day. The 28-year-old barista has no formal training as a chef, but has used his plate as a canvas to pass the time during his 2 weeks of managed isolation.
It kind of started off as like a joke with some friends, and I've been following some friends who've come back to New Zealand and done the whole hotel quarantine, and they've been like doing video and kind of photo uploads in diary journals of like food that they eat, etc. And everything was served in disposable boxes. So then I was like, oh, well, like, wouldn't it be amazing if I just replated it and made it, like, kind of bougie? And then all my hospitality friends were like, oh, my God, you should totally do that. And then, like, do a diary with it. So, yeah, it kind of started off as, like, a joke, but it's just, like, my outlet of, like, therapy and my creative side, essentially.
Sam's meals range from pancakes in the morning to salads, a lamb stew, and noodles. But every single one goes through a full transformation, which takes him about 20 minutes.
You know, depending on the dish, you'd want to focus on different elements. So even with this morning's croissant, you know, it was like a mini croissant, but it looked so beautiful on its own. So I wanted that to be the highlight. So then everything around that needed to like kind of support it. Whereas different dishes would want to focus on like the protein, or whether it be the stew. Then if it's a stew, everything kind of looks the same. So then your garnish needs to highlight the stew.
He brought some essentials into isolation with him to aid in his beautiful plating.
So I brought my own like crockery and some cutlery, and as a farewell gift from some of my friends, you know, I got a pair of like fine dining plating chef tweezers, and also like a really nice chef knife as well. So then I was just like, okay, these have actually come in super handy.
Sam has been in Melbourne for the past 2 years working as a coffee trainer, but when the city went into lockdown for more than 100 days, it made him rethink his plans.
It's been quite tricky and quite hard, and it was just like a good time to kind of just like self-reflect and think about obviously your own mental health and overall well-being. And home was Auckland, so it was like the right move for me to come back home.
On Monday, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern posted about Sam's creations on her Facebook page and followed his Instagram account. Sam was starstruck.
At first, it was just like this rush of emotion. You know, she's someone I really look up to, and it was just like a beautiful moment. I don't know how to describe it.
Sam will leave isolation today. He says he'll fly straight to Auckland, where he plans to head to Dominion Road for some food.
You know, it's like the Chinatown of Auckland, and just get my MSG fix, essentially. But what I like about kind of like that type of cuisine is it's about bringing people around the table, and it's not so much about the food, but it's more about like the atmosphere and the culture it represents.
In the end, Sam says his experience in quarantine is all about staying happy.
I think there's been too many kind of negative, posts with people in isolation, in hotel quarantine, and it's just like, this is important, and it's keeping the country safe, and yeah, I think just like spreading positivity.
For First Up, Stewart.